Hello and welcome to The Bigger Picture, a podcast series where we discuss Workspace 365 related topics that might be interesting to you, our customers and partners. My name is Gijs van Hees.
My name is Laurens Holtkamp.
And today we're going to talk about
product strategy.
Nice. But first we're going to do a short recap of our second video. So here we go. Last video, we talked about the digital workspace framework combined with a maturity model. So, Laurens, can you talk us through, in short, what we discussed last video?
Definitely. So, what we told you that the transformation, what's going on, is basically you have a certain degree of maturity within your company on different pillars. So, on the bottom, you see the different focus areas: workflow, productivity, mainly IT focused, communication, collaboration. That's marketing and communication focused, and employee empowerment, that's mainly HR focused.
And these came from the digital workspace framework, also a little bit known as the digital employee experience, and the pillars that we have chosen or maybe extracted from this well-known model.
Yeah, exactly, guys. Spot on. That's what we see in the market, that people are using focus areas, the whole digital workspace framework, basically. So spot on. And what you can see within those silos, that you can develop, like I said, in a bit of a different kind of maturity. So you could say, like in workflow productivity, we're still migrating stuff towards SaaS, towards cloud solutions. You're still having file server. You're not that mature yet. And it isn't bad, but it just tells you where you are in the journey. We help you through the journey across all of the silos, help you to get a better company digital maturity.
So, in having a higher maturity within your organization, does it have benefits then?
It does. So you can, let me take you into a small example and then we can continue. For example, you can have a high maturity only on tech approach, but still if you divide it by 3, you don't have that good maturity. So it's exponential if you have a better developed maturity across all of the focus areas. And that way, if you're able to do so, then we get back to the benefits.
Yeah.
You're able by 50% better outcomes if you're able to get interconnected, get across the silos, and have a better digital employee experience that way.
And this is also where customers are already working with digital employee experience and also with the digital workspace framework to actually reap the benefits in like 1 or 2 years' time.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So that's an estimate, like Gartner, for example, did say, if you're able to achieve and get across the silos, you will definitely get by 2025, 26 on a 50% better output. And as well, they see a change in work focus groups. And if you're able to combine IT, communication and HR into one single DEX project group and approach to make the workplace a bit better for you to get better outcomes that way.
Cool. Let's hop on to our next topic. Laurens, how does this impact the product strategy, and how can we actually provide simplification throughout all these 3 pillars with the end user in mind? So
yeah, if you take the maturity into account, you see that there are a lot of different focus areas. But the strong point of what we do is that we have a framework, and the framework is built on top of your digital workspace. So it doesn't matter what you use. We built the perfect framework for you that you can build and customize for your own, for the best effortness for all of your end users. Nevertheless, which silo you are in, nevertheless, the phase in the journey of your digital experience you're currently at, and we built the best framework on top of it.
Cool. So this still means that customers need to do the work themselves, so to speak, and that we only give them the tools to do so, and we are going to help them achieve their goals within the organization, within the maturity, etc.
Exactly. Okay. So we can build one product, but it doesn't fit for someone else or whatsoever. So that's why we built the framework, and it can neatly fit, and you can customize it towards your organization for the best fit that suits you the best.
Possible. Okay, cool. Nice. Product-wise.
Yeah. So therefore, to achieve this, because this is what we are and what we're trying to do, we have three main strategic pillars basically. And the first thing we're going to focus on is the development on the digital employee experience with a focus on communications, what we did past years as well, but we built an extra mature layer on top of it, and as well heading towards the employee. And that's what we saw the previous video as well, that we want to position the employee more and more and have their
at the center, right?
At the center,
Yeah.
exactly. And as well from the employee empowerment perspective, we can build pre-boarding and simplify that process. So that's something we're investigating right now. Take a look into, for example, in the healthcare, you see that 7% of the new employees quit on day one due to bad onboarding or no onboarding even. So that's the talks that we had past year, and with customers, and see that's a real benefit we can help them with to engage them with the workspace already in the pre-boarding phase for them.
Yeah, so and then we are at the employee empowerment on the right.
Exactly,
Yes,
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, what we do here as well is really focus on employee empowerment, communication, collaboration, and you see as well for the pre-boarding, we want to connect e-learning. So for example, in healthcare, if you want to have access to the client dossiers application, the ECD, you maybe need to perform some security awareness training.
Yeah.
You need to know how to handle all of the information, and therefore you want to connect e-learning, and after you finish the e-learning, you gain access to certain kind of stuff.
So this might be interesting to a security officer as well, probably, right? Yeah.
Definitely,
Yeah, okay.
definitely.
Nice.
And this is one example, but you can interconnect and link everything and really put the employee central, but as well your company processes and all the stuff. We make it more simpler for you as user.
Cool.
So next to this, we have the integration framework. And past years, we started building integrations a lot. And then we thought, could this be simpler? Because it's always technology minded. We have an integration with Topdesk. We have an integration with AVAS. We have an integration with Magister. We have an integration with ConnectWise. All kind of different application, but technology-wise, application approach.
And also pretty much focused around our ICPs. So it's quite like our ICPs are very important to us, but we want to be a framework for every company.
Yeah.
So it's also a little bit rigid in that kind of sense.
Exactly, exactly. And that's why we simplified stuff. And we built it on the past months, the integration framework. And the integration framework consists of two parts, basically. You have the integration builder, and that's where you can build any integration, what you ever would like to. So you're totally independent of the integrations we do make. You're vendor agnostic. You're free of what you can link basically towards the workspace. The second part is the visualization. And the visualization is where the integration is being displayed within the workspace.
And how, probably.
And how, definitely. But that's basically building blocks. You can build it yourself. You can say, okay, I have a title here. I want to display the title there in global search as well. And you can build it yourself, what suits you the best as an organization.
So what are the most important visualization you should say within the workspace at the moment?
At the moment, what we're going to do, and hopefully, and we're trying to get the second half of this year, get the visualization of global search.
Yeah.
We saw a huge increase of information. You want to combine it, centralize it. So we're going to release the visualization of global search, where you can link anything you ever like, from Confluence to from different line of business applications towards the global search, and search through all of those sources of information.
Okay, so perfect. So this would mean that we are creating a little bit of a business Google, so to speak, where employees can search.
Yeah, enterprise search, or however you like to call it.
Yeah, and find the relevant information that they might need to do their job. Okay,
exactly,
perfect.
Exactly, and that's only the first step. So what we're going to do as well is integrate different processes, because search is only one layer of visualization.
Yeah.
We also want to go more into process-minded instead of application-minded. And I already told you a few minutes ago about the different ticketing applications, for example.
Yeah.
And I could name one, Zendesk, Autotask, ConnectWise.
Yeah.
It's all ticketing. Mainly the process is the same, or individual application have different kind of detailed process, but the visualization is the same. And that's what we're going to do as well. Combine those into one overview, ticketing, to-do task as well. That's helpful for pre-boarding, onboarding as well. And then in a later stage, you can imagine the possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
We can say like, okay, we want to combine, for example, planning, calendar stuff as well, to display not only your Outlook calendar in our calendar app, but as well your ECD planning or different kind of application that you have integrated via the integration builder.
Cool. So what we are actually doing is we are creating pretty much a personalized visualization that actually fits a certain persona or employee group within the organization in a way that it is actually very helpful. So for example, the ticketing system that you mentioned, normally you would land on a support page or on a ticket page that would be quite universal to you, but maybe also a lot of information that you might not be relevant to you. It is now possible to make that personal for certain personas, that they see their tickets if they do a lot of if they do a lot of with tickets, or maybe you can only show for certain kinds of employees, for example, protocols or procedures that are stored within the support app.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And for example, end users are not looking for the application specifically. Like I'm not looking for Visma or whatsoever to do my declarations. I'm thinking process-wise. I'm thinking about declarations. Or where can I find my declarations? How do I need to perform them? And that's where we're heading. It's not about applications, it's not about the technology, it's about the process that do matter for the end user.
People search for the bike plan, or people search for days off or sickness or stuff like that.
Protocols, whatever, indeed. Cool. And that's where we're heading this way.
Cool, nice.
Next to this, it's kind of a buzzword, of course. You cannot talk about without AI anymore. And we really thought, but we're not going to implement ChatGPT and that's our AI implementation. We really want to deliver value. We really want to simplify stuff. And that's what we're doing with AI, or wish to accomplish with AI. And we're working on right now, but it's all back-end work. So basically, if you take a look at AI and really simplifying stuff right now, but you basically have two kind of layers. You have the back-end with all your content that you link, that's your source of truth, and that's being chucked into different pieces. And then you have a large language model that can access all of that information and translate it towards your context, your time, whatsoever. And we call the backend the smart layer. And what we're trying to achieve with the smart layer is integrate everything from the workspace, all the information into that smart layer. So that's as well, or support information from the support portal. So you don't have to navigate if you have any question where to find or how to edit your workspace. But as well, integrate stuff of the hub for knowledge-based articles, knowledge information, announcements, everything that's relevant within the workspace. We try to combine it into that smart layer. And we're simplifying that smart layer as well. And how beautiful would it be, guys, if we're trying to combine, and we're going to combine the integration framework, all of your integrations as well, in the AI assistant. And you can imagine right now, it's really a new way of visualization, where you right now need to search for the process, for the application, and hopefully more towards the process. We can pull out more from the application in the backend, where the platform, where the interface you basically need. And you ask the AI, I want to take a day off, and we check in the backend what is actually the protocol for your day off. Do you have something stored in a knowledge base? Do you have something linked from the integration? And can we even check Visma if you have days off left? And your buddy, your colleague is a day off as well. Should it be handy to take the day off? And it's all stuff we want to integrate and bring back to you as an end user. Do you want to take a day off? We can fulfill the whole process for you just by entering one button. Yeah,
that's going to be an awesome way of connecting all the dots within the framework that we are already delivering and working on at the moment. And this might be a little bit of a culmination of all these, quite technical elements in some way, shape, or form, and get them into the AI assistant, where it's not only about trying to get the information, but getting the process done as well.
Exactly. So let me take you to a metaphor explanation. Would maybe more handy. Right now we're talking about technology. It's AI and AI this and AI that. But we used to talk about internet the same way, right?
Yeah.
Internet isn't working, lagging, whatsoever. Right now, if people watch Netflix, no one complains about the internet. Netflix isn't working.
Yeah.
And that's where it goes. So the whole network, the infrastructure, the framework we're building, it's not anymore exactly about the whole platform, how it works, if it works. It's about the information that comes to you in a certain moment of time that matters.
Yeah.
And AI is a new way of visualization we have within the workspace. It helps you. We pull out more context, more information, and it saves you a lot of time, not having to switch contextual all of the time.
Cool. Yeah, that's going to be a real time saver, so to speak.
Definitely. And that's the real value we like to add that way. And that's what we're building right now every day. Hopefully by the end of this year, coming next year, we can release something in an alpha state, beta state, whatsoever. But then it becomes more insightful.
Yeah.
And right now it's all back-end work and you don't see any progress on the front end right now.
And just a small question, because everything simplified is of course at the core of everything we do. When I think of integrations, I think of a quite technical person that needs to have knowledge on, maybe a lot of things, maybe on APIs, stuff like that. Is that something we are going to simplify as well, or is that still a quite technical part of the process?
The implementation of the integration, basically. We try to simplify everything, guys. So definitely we're gonna help you with the integration builder. You still need access to the application and the API, of course. But what we do, we extract that information and already start to recognize the information and fill in automatically because we recognize stuff like we call it the result mapper. We see a title, description, everything is being mapped automatically. You can make changes if you like to, that's totally up to you, but we make stuff that way simpler. So we're able for you as a user or an admin or configuration admin to make it more easy to connect integrations that way.
So it will be way more available to organizations across the board to actually start using the APIs that are available within products that they already use.
Definitely, you don't need an extra layer in between what you see with automations right now that needs to run in a period of time and all the kind of stuff. You don't need it. You can directly copy paste, for example, within the workspace.
Perfect. So and to just a quick recap, the first thing we are gonna do is make it possible for companies to actually get all their line of business applications within the global search functionality, and from there be able to search content throughout those line of business applications.
Exactly.
Awesome.
And then in a more iterative way, we can add different kind of processes, visualizations that way.
Cool. Yeah, epic. Okay, nice. I think we already did quite some of the recap. In this case, we talked about the product strategy and how we feel that we can actually simplify over the three different elements. Maybe you can have just the three elements that we are going to focus on.
Workflow productivity, communication, collaboration, and employee empowerment. And of course, not to forget integrations and analytics. That's the basic of the digital framework we're going to help you with.
Cool, awesome. Okay, I want to thank you all for watching. If you have any questions, do give us, drop us an email.
Not sure whatsoever,
and we'll get back to you. My name is Gijs.
Laurens Holtkamp.
And hope to see you next time. Bye.
Bye.